We've often been asked if there is an easy way to determine twin and earth cable sizes just from looking at them. When the cables are installed in the consumer unit, is there an easy way to complete the cable size section of an electrical installation condition report? In this video from LearnElectrics, we hope to answer some of those questions. This video then is about twin and earth cable, sometimes called flat profile cable, or, as it is called in the wiring regulations, 70 degrees centigrade thermoplastic insulated and sheathed flat cable with a protective conductor. Let's look at the naming convention. A twin and earth cable comprises a line, a neutral and a CPC. The CPC is often called an earth, and indeed we buy it as twin and earth. Now, the line can also be called the phase, but should never be called the live, since the neutral is also a live conductor. Why? Because the line carries energized electrons into the appliance and the neutral carries de-energized electrons back to the transformer to be re-energized. They are both live conductors. There are 3 copper conductors in the cable. The CPC is unsheathed, since we want this to be exposed to contact by anything that might cut through and damage the cable. We want contact with the CPC to make the fuse blow and make the circuit safe. The line and neutral are both encased in PVC insulation, and the job of the insulation is to stop electricity from making unintentional contact with other parts. The outer PVC sheath keeps all 3 conductors together and provides them with protection from damage and knocks, much the same as a crash helmet should protect a cyclist's head, or knee pads protect your own knees when working at floor level. Conductor size is measured by this symbol, mm with a number 2. But how should it be pronounced? To be correct, this is pronounced square millimeters, not millimeters squared, and there is a difference. If we look at this purple box, it has 2 squares along the top and 2 squares along the side. Its area is 2 by 2 or 4 square millimeters. It's a square made up of 4 1mm squares. Now look at this green box. This is 4 millimeters squared. It's a box with 4 millimeters along the top and 4 millimeters along the side. 4 by 4 is 16 1mm squares. Start with 4 and square it. So 4 square millimeters is not the same as 4 millimeters squared. Everybody gets them mixed up from time to time, but fortunately in our trade, most, if not all people, will know what you mean. That's all very well for boxes, but how do we work out round conductors? That's where our friend Pythagoras comes into play. We can all remember that pi r squared is the area of a circle. But if we start off with a square, what size circle should it be to have the same area? Follow this very easy method. Shown here, the whole square has an area of 4 square millimeters, and the circle also has an area of 4 square millimeters. But what is the diameter of the circle? What is the diameter of that piece of round wire? The diameter can be calculated by this equation. Multiply the cross-sectional area by 4, then divide that number by pi, and finally square root that to arrive at the final answer. What size circle is the same area as the 2 by 2 square? The corners of the square will fill the white spaces of the circle. A square or any shape of 4 square millimeters will have the same area or cross-sectional area as a circle with a diameter of 2.26 millimeters. So a 4 square millimeter copper wire will be 2.26 millimeters in diameter. If it was 10 square millimeters, this would be a circle with a diameter of just 3.56 millimeters. Here are the diameters of some common conductors. The differences between them is pretty small. There has to be a better way of finding the cable size, and luckily there are several ways. Some cables have solid cores, others are stranded. Let's look. The smaller sized twin and earth cables have a solid line and neutral and a solid CPC. 1mm, 1.5mm and 2.5mm twin and earth fall into this category. 4mm and 6mm twin and earth have both solid and stranded conductors. The line and neutral are both 7-strand and the CPC is solid. Why is this? Above 2.5mm, the conductors are stranded to improve flexibility and to avoid problems with stressing the copper and cracking it if the cable is bent. And as you would expect, the larger sizes, 10mm and 16mm, are made with all three conductors as stranded copper. In the case of 10mm cable, for instance, the 7 line strands added together come to 10 square millimeters, and the 7 smaller CPC strands are 4 square millimeters in total. This table will give you an understanding of how this works. So can we find the conductor sizes from the twin and earth cable itself? Of course we can, and there are several methods that all have their usefulness at different times. We could look at the markings on the cable, if they are there. Nowadays, most good quality cables have information moulded into the cable sheath. Let's look at this. Along the length of the cable, at about 1 meter intervals, will be a long string of information similar to that shown in the yellow box. The manufacturer, the voltage rating, the British standard number, data manufacturer, etc. But of most interest to us for this video is the 2 number sets shown. 6242Y indicates that this is twin and earth cable, and the last 2 in the number telling us that there are 2 sheathed live conductors in the cable, the line and the neutral. Then we have 2 by 1.5 plus 1.0. This is the conductor sizes, the CSA. 2 sheathed cables at 1.5 square millimeters each, plus an unsheathed CPC at 1 square millimeter. If you can find the numbers, the rest is so very easy. Or we could use stubbies, as I call them, short samples of different cables. Keep a selection of different cable sizes in your toolbox and mark them with a pen for size. I kept mine in an old glasses case so they were always together and always to hand. This proved so very useful when carrying out periodic inspections when I needed to record cable sizes on the condition report. We could measure the cable width. Personally, I'm not a fan of this, as manufacturers have a tolerance of 1 millimeter or so either way on the finished cable size, and you need to get your ruler into just the right position to make an accurate measurement. This table will help. It takes a middle value of the size range, and shown here we have a measured width of 14 millimeters. Looking at the table, we can see that 14 millimeters in width equates to 6 millimeter twin and earth cable. That is to say, the line and neutral are both 6 square millimeters and the CPC is 2.5 square millimeters. Another method for quickness is fingers and thumbs. We can use our fingernails as a guide to size. It's not a very scientific method, but always works for me. Especially when fitting a new shower, I need to make certain that the cable and circuit that are installed are correct for the new shower. Regardless of what is already installed, I need to check. After all, it's me that will be completing the certification, and it's me that will carry the can. I'm pretty average build, with average sized hands, and for me, the outer sheath of 10mm twin and earth cable is about the same width as my thumbnail. If it is 6mm cable, there is a visible difference on my thumbnail. For me, 6mm cable is the same size as my middle fingernail. This method works best for the larger sizes of cable. A 4mm cable is the same size as my index fingernail. Everybody is different, but this method of sizing works for many people. Try it and see. It's quick and easy. Just make sure that you've safely isolated before handling cables. And there we have it for another video. I hope you found this useful, especially if you're new to the trade. Knowing the correct cable sizes is so important to safety and reliability of the installation. Thank you for watching this video. It is very much appreciated. Please subscribe to our channel to get access to all of our videos, and remember to click on notify to be sure of not missing our next video. And you will find even more information, videos and help on our website at LearnElectrics.com. And don't forget that you can also type in LearnElectrics, all one word, into the YouTube search bar to go directly to our channel at any time from any computer. We are constantly adding new videos to our channel. Don't miss the next one. And once again, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again very soon.